this video, I'll be talking about Power BI app or apps within Power BI. Now, what is an app within Power BI? So, app is basically an application within Power BI to uh, surface out the content created using the Power BI interface. So, some of the content which you can surface out to your end users in Power BI are dashboard, reports, scorecards. So, these are the kind of information which you can embed within an app and share it with the user. Now, there are multiple ways to share content with a user. Now, one is about collaboration. So, when you collaborate with different set of developers or data modelers within your organization, so that's one thing. And the consumption of app and end users and another thing. So, development part, yes, you can share content from your workspace so that people can work, collaborate within your organization. However, when the product is ready, then at that time you may need to package that product into an app and then share it with the user. So this is the general convention. Now, the benefit of sharing it with the app, one thing is that the user will not be able to edit the content. So it's like you're giving them a refined uh, product, and the user can only consume it from a user interface perspective and not make the changes in the backend. Now, Power BI designers create official package content named as app. Now, app can be distributed to a wider audience. One app can be created per workspace. So if you have one workspace, you can create one app. Apps are created in a workspace. App permissions are different from a workspace permission. So workspace permissions are all about collaborating content with your developers, data modelers, designers, those people. App permissions are basically for your end users. So now app users can be more compared to your workspace users, because there might be three or four people developing a product or a report or a dashboard, but then it will be consumed by, say, maybe hundreds of people within your organization. Now, app combines content like dashboards, spreadsheet, semantic model, and reports in one place. There are many other things as well, but just to start with, weaving an app must require either a Power BI Pro or Premium per user license, or must be shared within a premium capacity. So, this is a must. You need to have a Power BI Pro or Premium per user license to weave an app. If you have a premium capacity, then it can be shared very easily. Now, notifications are received when an app is updated to the person configured to receive the notification. Now, this is how the app will look like. So if you have published an app, then it will look something like this. Okay, in a tile. So you can access the app by clicking on the left menu and the apps, and then there will be a tile, and then you just click on it, and then the app will be provisioned. Now, there are different kinds of apps already available within Power BI ecosystem. So if you navigate to Power BI apps, here you will see all the different apps within your organization. You can segregate between an organizational apps and the template apps. Organizational apps are the app which I just showed you, whereby you have a workspace, you have published that app, and then people are consuming within your organization. However, there are something called as template app, which are predefined templates which are already built by Microsoft or third party organization. It acts as a template. You just need to plug in your data source and then consume the content. Now, how to create an app. So then I'll show you in the demonstration how to create an app, but then once you get into the screen of creation of an app, you need to specify the app name, description, upload an app logo, app theme color, put some contact information, and then some settings around the navigation pane, hidden content access setting, global app setting, support hyperlink, and then in the content section you can go ahead and start adding content. Now you can add an external link as well as you can add the existing reports, dashboards, etc. Now, create app, update app. So when you do not have any app within your workspace, you will see this particular screen, which will prompt you to create an app. However, if you have already created an app within your workspace, you will see an update app option. Now, update app option is to again modify your app, and then once you modify the app and once it is saved, user will receive an updated content. Now, once the app is published, you will get a URL. You can directly share the URL with your end user. And also, the user can navigate to Power BI, and then on the left hand menu, they can click on apps to reveal the app. So, let's jump into the demo. So, here I have this app. So, I've already created this app. Okay. Now, there is an option to view in the form of gallery. So, you can view this in the form of gallery. You can favorite this app. You can do some operation, you can edit, you can delete, you can manage permission settings. As I am an admin, I get so many options, but as an end user you may not get these options. I can even manage the permission, and I can go to the settings of the app. Now if I have many app, I can go into the filter, and I can filter by the owner. I can sort by endorsement name. And if I want to see more apps, I'll click on get apps, and then from here I'll be able to see organizational apps, which I just showed you, because there's just one organizational app. But if you navigate to template apps, you can see all the apps published by Microsoft or third party consulting. So we have this app from Havens Consulting, Microsoft Corporation, and other organization like Decision Point, etc. Okay, so you can go ahead and pick any app. Say if I want to pick up, say, GitHub repository app, I can just click on the app, it will start loading the information, and then the app will be provisioned. Okay, so let it load. Let me go into another Power BI tab. Now here I'll show you how to create an app. So if you click on create over here, this is all about creating the reports and dashboard. Okay, so from here you will not be able to create an app. Now, the one place where you need to create an app is like app is attached to a workspace. Okay, so if I go into the workspace over here, I can pick any workspace. Okay, so if I pick say Girish Dev Workspace, so I'm in Girish Dev Workspace, and over here you will see an option to create an app. Okay, now why I'm seeing an option to create an app, because in this workspace an app has never been created. Now, if I again go back to a different workspace, so if I go into PP workspace, now here the workspace app has been already created for this workspace. So that's why I see an option to update an app and not create an app, because there is an app attached to this workspace. So remember, one workspace will only have one app created. So if you go into workspace again, if I go to Girish Dev, then here I have an option to create an app. I'll create an app, and here I can name the app same as a workspace name, or I can give something else. So let me say call it as Girish Dev uh, September, or maybe October 2024 app. Okay, so I've just named it, and then I'll put some description. I can even change the logo. Now the app workspace logo is this. I can even change the logo to something else. Okay, so let me put a tennis ball. Okay, so I've changed. So now my workspace logo is different and my app logo is different. So it's quite possible. App theme color, I can pick any theme color. So let me pick the light teal color, and here it says contact information, so I can show app publisher, I can show items contact from the workspace, I can show specific individuals or group. Okay, so let me show this, show items contact from workspace in the contact information. Advanced settings, now here expand navigation pane by default or collapse navigation pane by default. So I'll say okay, let me collapse navigation pane by default. Access to hidden content, so turn on the settings if you want to grant access to the content even if it's hidden from navigation. So if it's not part of the navigation, you'll not be able to access the data, but there are some hidden content. If you want to make it enable, then you turn this on, and then you will be granted access to the content even if the it's not part of the navigation link. Global app setting, you can install this app automatically, or the user installs this app uh, on will. Allow users to make a copy of reports in the app. So there is an option, we user can make a copy of the reports in this app. So that's also an option. So let me allow this as well. And support site. So from a support site perspective, here I will be able to put a link. So let me put a link. So I'll just say if a user has any issue, they can go to girishuppal.com/support. So this is a support link for this particular app. Now next, add content. Now here you can add a content from your workspace. Okay, so add content, add content. Now add content, I have an option to add a link and add a new section. So if I see here add content, I can add a link as well. So if I add a link, I'll say let me first put Girish website link. Okay, so this is just like a hyperlink. So https colon slash slash, so this is my website link. So I'll say open in the current tab or new tab or content area. I'll just say open in content area, and there is no section. So I'll click on add. Then I'll go ahead and add another website. I'll say people might need to search for Google as well. So let me put Google website, google.com, and this opens in the current tab and no section. Click on add. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll say add a new section. I'll say this section, I will name as website. Okay, so this is like external website, so that people know that this is an external website and there's nothing to do with the content of the workspace. So here in this website, I have an option to rename, delete, move up or down. From the link which I have created, I can move up, move down, or move this to a section of website. So I'll just say move to this section. So now this will be part of this section. Also, I can move this here and say, okay, now this has been in that hierarchy as you see over here. So this is collapse and expand. So like that, I can create a section. Now I can create another section, and I'll call this as say Power BI. Okay, so anything related to Power BI content, I'll just put it over here. Okay, so that's all about structuring it. But how do we add the content over here? So as you see over here, there are things over here. So in PBI, I can rename, I can delete, I can move up and down. So add a link, add a new section. And if I click on add a content, this button over here, so it's a bit confusing. If you get this option, you say add a link and add a new section. So there are only two options, but this is the third option, add content. So if you click on add content, here you will be able to add dashboards and reports. So I'll click G dashboard, September dashboard or Twitter dashboard, and I'll add one report as well. So I'll click on add. Now these are the dashboard and report which I added over here, but I want this to be part of this PBI section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just drag this and put it under PBI. Or another option is to move to PBI, move to PBI, and this also move to PBI. So this is how I form the navigation. I can collapse the navigation, I can expand the navigation, and then even I can create multiple sections around it as well. Okay, so if I click on one of the dashboard, so this is how the dashboard will look like, sep dash. If I click on G dashboard, this is how this website, the dashboard will look like. Then there is a Twitter dashboard, this is how it will look like. And then there is a G dev streaming, this is again another dashboard. So this is how basically the content will be rendered for the app. Now next part, what I'm going to do, I'll click on next, add audience. So here I need to add an audience. Now on the left hand side, now remember this navigation is a bit tricky, so you need to understand how it works. Okay, so the goal is I want to show only external website to Alex. Okay, so here I will say grant access to specific users or group. Okay, and in the advanced you say allow people to share the data sets in the app. Audience, allow people to build content. So I'll not bother about this. Okay, advanced settings. But what I'll be interested in here, new audience. So if I click on new audience, okay, now see here I can add multiple audience. Okay, so I can add 3 4 5 different audience. Now what does this audience means is, like, if I click on this new audience here, if I double click, I can say for Alex. Okay, so this is for Alex, this is for Adele, this is for all users. Okay, so I'm just creating some section. Now this won't be visible to end user, but then from here you can set a permission. Now if I click on for Alex and I say specific users or group, I'll say just show Alex here. Okay, and now Alex will only be seeing some information. Now, what Alex will see in this report is I just want to show Alex only the website. So, as you see this icon over here, so that means Alex can see Girish website, Google website, but I don't want Alex to see G dashboard. So, I'll click here. I'll click sub dash, I'll click do, and Alex will only see GDev streaming. As you see over here, Alex can only see GDev streaming and couple of website. Okay, so this is I'm setting my custom permission. Now, if I click on Adele, okay, now here I need to first specify that this is related to Adele. So Adele will see all these things. And Adele can see GDev streaming, Twitter, and September dashboard, but not G dashboard. So I'll click this, and Adele should not see external website as well. So as you see over here, so if you hit the root, then all the child records will also get hidden. So now Adele can only see Sep dash, Twitter dashboard, and GDev streaming. For Alex can see GDev streaming and website. Now for all other users, okay, now all other users, now I put all users, or maybe I'll just use some security group. So I have a security group created called sec001, sec1, sec002, sec group s001. So I'll click sec group s001. It can be any security group. And then I will say for this user, I will only show September dashboard, rest all will be hidden. So I'll just hide this. I don't want all those things, and even the website is hidden. Okay, so sep dash will be only visible for the security group users. So here we have done, we have created three different permission set for a report. First one, when Alex logs in, he will see some different contact. Adele, when she logs in, she'll see different contact. And for other users belonging to the sec group as 001, will see different contact. Or maybe I'll just, like this will, this is specific to sec 001, sec 001, and I'll create another new audience, and I'll call this as all users. Okay, so if I want to create another security group for all users, I'll say grant access to the entire organization, and entire organization will not be able to see the reports, but they will only be able to see one website. Okay, so this is how I have structured this content. So these are the different options over here. So I can see this. So this is the application. This is the tab for the security permission. So like this I can create a different tab. Now uh, everything looks good. Now if you see over here, it says all items are hidden from your audience. To publish your app, make sure at least one Power BI content is visible for each audience. So now if you see in all users, we have just said that that person will only see website. Okay, now as you see over here, publish app button is disabled. Now let me turn this on. The moment I turn this on, publish app button is enabled. Now why? Because you cannot just create an app with just an external website link. There has to be one Power BI content. And if that is that, then only it will allow you to publish an app. And I'm okay with that. So all the security configurations are in the first four tabs. And this is my main report. Okay, so the navigation is a bit tricky. You need to understand that these are the permission based model through which you configure the report hide or show functionality, and this is the main authoring reporting interface. Okay, once that is done, all good. What we will do, we'll click on publish app. When you publish an app that has large distribution, it might take a little while to process. Typically the content will be available within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, we are good with it. Click on publish. Now the app is going to get published, and now we can copy the link, and we can go to the app as well from here. So I'll copy the link and I'll go to the app. I'm going to the app, and I'll just paste the link as well. Okay, so both will take me to that same place. And here, as you see over here, this is the app which we have created. Okay, so we have this, as I have all the rights, I can see a lot of things over here. So I have this navigation, so for Alex, for Adele, for sec01, and this is for all users. Okay, now if you go into this app over here again through the button link, I can see this app. This is specifically for from an Alex perspective, and this is from an Adele perspective. This is from a security group perspective. And then if you see this option over here, sec01 will only see these two options. All users will see these options. Adele will see these three options. Alex will see these options, right? So Alex will see these options, Adele will see this left menu, Sec01 will see this menu, right? So this is how you basically publish an app. Now, let me go into the Power BI over here. So this is already open now. So let me close this. Let me go into the left hand side and click on apps. Now here the second app has come. Now I can favorite this app. So I'll click here and this is how the app will look like. So if I click on this app, the app will render and then I will be able to see this information. Now remember, I have an option to do a lot of things. I can share, I can export, I can chat in team. Now there are some settings which you can even configure to show or hide. So that's it, folks. This is a basic introduction in Power BI apps. Make sure that whenever you share content with your end user, make sure to use app rather than just going into the workspace. So there is an option for you to go into the workspace and then share an app, right? Now, if you see here, this is a workspace. Now you can go into any workspace and then you can share the content. Now if I want to share this content, I can come here and then I can click share here and I can share this content with different user. But you should not do until and unless it is pretty much needed and it's for immediate consumption. But it's always a good practice to create an app against a workspace and then share that content. Thanks for watching.